So I got the bok choy and I'm grabbing the lemons. Yes, oh my gosh, these are so cute. Oh my god. This is absolutely adorable. I want to get some flowers for my house to put it up on my in the middle of my I love these right here. I really love these. Yeah, I want to get some flowers to put it on my island, my kitchen island, because it would just make that little center look so cute. It's right in the center of the kitchen. But we'll probably do that another time. Here are the noodles that I use right here on this other pack. Anyway, these are the ones that I use, but normally it's like a 6-pack. I get like 2 of those, but I'm gonna have to just roll with. Actually, no, I can still use these right here. $1.79 to get 2 packs. Okay, I'm cutting my bok choy. This is my bok choy. Has little buggies on it. Yeah. So we're gonna wash that up really, really well, and I'm gonna cut the bottom of the bok choy, and I'm definitely not gonna use this either because I don't like the way that looks. Okay, I'm gonna cut the bottom because we're gonna use this bottom to actually go into my pot. So I'm gonna cut this. Put some water in it, and we're gonna spin it, guys. We're gonna put these to the side, okay? Now we're gonna cut these.
Mama, I'm gonna subscribe to you.
This right here is actually going to go inside of the pot. Okay, I'm gonna actually use some more ginger and fry it up into some cubes. This is a guy on YouTube. As soon as I remember his name, I'm going to make sure that I run it back and let you guys know who it is, whether I leave it in the comment section or just randomly saying it. Okay, so we're gonna put all that to the side over there, right? And then we're just gonna cut this, like this. I feel like this is good enough. And actually, I need to use my bigger knife. Be extra careful, guys. Okay. And these are gonna go in the pot. And now we are going to use this huge big old beef bone. I actually use this probably 2 or 3 times because as you can see it has a lot of bone marrow in the inside of there. So yes, we're going to use this to go with the actual aromatics that I'm going to have in my pot, and it's going to make the base um, water or juice for the noodles. Okay. Now we're going to boil the eggs at the same time that we are going to have our aromatics boiling to make up our base for the ramen, okay? This is the water that you want to use when you're doing a base. You really don't want to deal with that sink water, so I like to use the distilled water whenever I am using anything to cook with for as boiling with water for noodles, spaghetti, any type of thing like that, especially ramen. This is it right here. Now we're going to pour our distilled water in here. Turn that on. Turn it on high. This is probably going to take a good 40 minutes. We don't need the beef bone to cook all the way. We just want a little bit of that marrow and all that to kind of just seep in here, okay? Okay, now this is the ramen that we're going to use. We're not going to actually use the package in here. This is what we want to keep, and this is what we want to use, okay? Keep this. This right here. No, we don't want to use this, okay? This. So all of these is what we're going to use. Okay. I'm sorry, guys. So this is what we're going to use right here for our seasoning, not that other stuff, okay? So this is what we're rocking with right here. Okay, so I did want to say that these right here could actually be used for, it could be put away for like survival. Just put them in your car, you got some water, you stuck or you stranded somewhere, you got you some soup. You got you some nice, good old seasoned soup with these. So yeah, we not throwing them away. Although right now in this video, we throwing them away. Okay, but yeah. Also, here is my ramen. This is 6 of them right here. This normally is the amount that my kids eat because it goes a long way. And the bok choy right here. So I washed and cleaned up. So this is going to go in here too. And believe it or not, these things are very nutritious and fulfilling. So yeah, they like them. So we're going to use that. I'm so sorry for the shaking, guys. I'm just learning to use a camera with this little stand I got, and I'm not liking this stand. So just bear with me. But yeah, those are the ramen we're going to use. And in a minute, we are almost done. This is so easy, and it's so delicious. And if you guys try it this way, you're going to love it. Okay, so this is our base boiling, and I'm going to give it a little bit of more time to finish. And then looks like our eggs are beginning to boil too. So we're almost at a breaking point, guys. Yay! Quick and easy, I'm telling you. Quick and easy. So now we're going to put the meat in here. I think we're going to be able to put them all in here. No, trying to climb up the wall. So that's in there. So now I'm going to put these in there. And we're not going to have these in there that long, and I'll show you guys what they look like once they get all fried up. This is the beef. It's all cooked, and now I'm just waiting on this to kind of crisp up just a tad bit. I'm going to garnish my noodles, or no, my ramen, I'm sorry, with this. So yeah, that's why this is in there, okay? It's another garnishment, and it adds like really nice flavor to the ramen, and it puts you in the mind of, you know, an Asian dish or a Japanese dish. I'm not sure who makes the ramen, but yeah. But yeah, so yep, there it is, guys. We are moving along here. So this is what you want your ginger to look like once you kind of crisp it up. So as you can see, we didn't do too much, like crispy, but we still got a nice little crisp on it, and it's gonna be a nice garnish. Okay, so this is how we want it, and this actually cooked probably for about 5 to 7 minutes. And over here we have our leftover oil, and this is where you're gonna put um, a tablespoon of all of those seasonings that I showed you. Okay, and with just a pinch of salt, and then we're gonna take the water over here and put into that the seasonings. Once we get it all, you get the same cooking oil, right? Once we get this all together with this into here, that's when all your flavors and everything come together. But I'm actually going to take all this out because at the end of it, we're going to cook all of our ramen in the remaining water, okay? So you're going to put about 2 cups, 2 to 3 cups over here in this seasoned, you know, oil, okay? Okay, so I took everything out of that pot right here. And this is just leftover, stuff from all of the meat that came off of that. Please do not mind that. This base looks like that, but once I get it over there, you guys will see what I'm talking about. This is just real life cooking that we're doing here. So don't judge and just try it. And it is absolutely 100% delicious, okay? So right here is all of the seasoning. So you have, starting from this side, going all the way around, you have black pepper, a little bit of salt, smoked paprika, cayenne pepper. Only do a teaspoon. I'm sorry, a fourth of a teaspoon of cayenne pepper, okay? And then we have regular paprika, and then we have garlic powder, onion powder, and then chicken bouillon, and then ginger powder. The ginger, you can't really see it that good because it kind of dissolved and already got soaked up by the cooking oil. So this is all of that. We're going to stir this all in, and then once we're done stirring it in, we're going to take this water, a cup and a half or 2 cups, and we're going to place it in here, and then we're going to let this simmer in, and this takes about 15 minutes, and then as this is simmering, we're going to actually be making our ramen, and then I'll show you guys how I do the rest of it. Okay, well actually before we do that, we cook the bok choy in here as well, so I'm going to go ahead and put the bok choy in there for maybe a minute. Not even matter of fact, not even a full minute. I'm gonna say about 30 seconds because that bok choy withers so quickly. Okay, so yeah, so that's what we got going on, guys. And so this is that base over there that I took out of here, and we're gonna pour this into here after I stir it up. So this is just a little over 2 cups, and then I'll put a half cup in there as well.
I'm gonna give me some water.
It smells so good, so good, guys. And you want to really keep everything that's in there. It's gonna look so good. Just wait. All this is a lot of good flavoring. It's so delicious. Oh yeah. Also, you want to do a fourth of a teaspoon of salt as well, because we don't want to do too much salt because the beef or chicken bouillon. I'm sorry. That is a lot of salt as well. Okay. Now we're gonna pour this in here. So we're probably gonna do another cup. I'm gonna turn this back on now. And when you stir that in, you want to have it off after you take out your steak. And so this is back on. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pour the rest of it in here. You guys can see, look how good that looks. And trust me, for my family, this is more than enough base or broth. We call it broth as well because it was actually made with that beef bone that I showed you guys, or carne. That's what they call it in Espanol, carne. So this is absolutely good stuff right here. So now after this, guys, I'm gonna put the noodles over here in there. I'm gonna put maybe like 2 or 3 at a time and cook it in there. So I'm gonna actually turn this back on. Okay, so that's on. And this is looking amazing over here, as you guys could see. This is the broth that we're going to use to pour into the noodles once they're cooked. And remember that we're only using those noodles, not the actual packages, the seasoning packages. We're not doing that, okay? Now over here, we have 3 noodles, right? And we're going to put them in here. I'm sorry. We're going to put them in here one by one, okay? Okay, that is going to start cooking, and it's probably going to take about 5 minutes to actually cook this. I'm trying to find another type of noodles to use, but this is what I use for right now, and when you guys see it, you're going to be amazed, okay? Also, while while the noodles are in there, we're going to put this in here too, and we're going to take it out in that minute like I told you to, okay? It's not going to take long. Actually, no, I said 30 seconds. I'm gonna take it out in 30 seconds because all it needs to do is just get a little bit, just a little boil to it. That's it. This is perfect, okay? So we're gonna take this out. See how it's already starting to wilt? We're gonna take it out so it don't lose its texture, okay? So now I'm actually plating up the ramen right now. I have this over here. I'm gonna put this in here. Don't worry about how it look, guys. That's okay. We're just plating it at this point, okay? So we have that in there. And now I gotta grab what I need to actually put the juice in here, put that over here. Okay, so that amount of juice is actually okay for that. So now we're gonna do our garnishing. Okay, so I'm gonna start with putting in the bok choy, which is one of the easiest things to garnish. Then I'm gonna do 2 eggs. Then I'm gonna do some green onions. Okay. Then we're gonna do our little beef. I don't really need a lot of beef. And then we're gonna do some of that ginger that I was telling you about. And this is just a simple ramen, guys. Enjoy and make sure it's flawless.